Wow, holy smokes. What the heck? Okay, hold on. That is beautiful. Really nice 1 power. Crisp and clear, really nice. Like, I'm actually surprised. Hey guys, Rex here. I just got a package in from Arken Optics USA. I assume this is maybe the 1-8. Here's my little Sliceus Maximus here. So this is my first time seeing one of these in person. Be very curious to see how it works. This will just be kind of like a first look kind of deal. We got a little rigid mount. The rigid light, that actually is pretty light. Let's take a look at that first. You can see one of those. Their 34 millimeter rigid mounts are like really nice. Came nicely packaged. No BS, pretty simple. It's pretty lightweight. The Torx head screw. All the screws are the same size here. Got a clearly labeled 30 inch-pounds here, 18 inch-pounds here. Looks like, what height is it? What height is that? So 1.5 inch height, okay? And this is for 34 millimeter, excuse me. Cool. And it's a little box. So it is the 1-8x28. Cool, man. And it looks like we are running the KLB FFP MOA reticle. Okay. So there's a picture of the reticle. If you guys can see that, hold on. Maybe, huh? Right. Not quite vacuum sealed, but pretty darn tight packing, right? So we'll get that out of here. I've been waiting for this critter for years to finally get made. So I just took off the rubber deal here. There she is. In the flesh. Look at that. Okay. So it's not super heavy. It's stout, you know, but it's like way lighter than their, if they got the specs on here. I'll share the specs below, okay? And we have illumination. We have night vision 1, 2, all the way up till, looks like 10, well, 9, and then 0, I assume here. And we have capped turrets, okay? Huh. So we got a coin turn deal here. Man, very nice turret mechanisms again, even on this low profile capped turret. I don't know, can you guys see that right there? Yeah, see? And it's labeled in minutes of angle all the way up to 25 minutes per revolution. So it's clearly labeled, so that'd be nice. You can write down or mark your secondary zero for like a can or different loads. Put those on the numbers. So that's cool. And the windage, same deal. We're marked such on the windage. Right and left markings are visible. And it's adjustable all the way up to 12 minutes of angle in each direction. So there's a look at that. 0.25 MOA per click, right? A lot of guys like that for this kind of optic because they're just going to zero it at like 100 or whatever they're going to want to do. Get it on paper and tune it. And a lot of guys, that's the way they think, is in minutes, right? That nice, smooth, nicely executed zoom ring here for the, wow, holy smokes. What the heck? Okay, hold on. That is beautiful. Really nice 1 power. Crisp and clear, really nice. Like, I'm actually surprised. We'll have to get a, do they have a battery in here? I'm sure they do. How many North Dakotans does it take to put the battery in a optic? There we go. Okay. We got 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So at 5 in daytime, starting to give a nice dull red color so I can see into the dark parts of the trees. Crank it up to 6. I have no problem seeing that chevron in the middle and the outer donut ring. 7. Yeah, very nice. 8. And it's crisp. It's like there's no washout. 9 is nice and bright. Plenty bright in the full sunlight here. Now, if there was snow or something, then guys would say it's not bright enough. But like if there's snow, then leave it black, because that's like the opposite of the snow, right? So yeah, even with the power cranked all the way up on the magnification or the illumination, I got it covered now. Very nice, very nicely and cleanly done. So we're just seeing that inner aiming point on 1 power. I'm going to crank it up a bit. Crank it up to 8. So we got the horseshoe, and it's not a little shimmer, it's a little dot in the middle. And on max power, I see a tiny bit of illumination on the 7 and 800 yard subtensions, because this is what they think they're calling it, the kill box reticle. And I actually like that. That's very simple. There's not a lot of crap in there to confuse me. So like even if I was doing the Yukon Jack test, which simulates, and I haven't done that in years, but it simulates fatigue and stress, right? And that's a joke, guys. It's a funny joke. Calm down. But like, very simple. You bracket the target in the little box and let them have it. And it's labeled 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it looks like they have, is that wind dots? Yeah, pretty darn simple. Very cool. I like that. So let's put on 4 power. So at 4 power, we have full visibility of the outer ring. But man, this sucker's clear and it's flat. I don't see any wall-eyeing. Like, this is actually really nice. Like, at the price point, assuming this thing holds up like the other ones did. I mean, that's one of the cool things about Arken is their designs are very, very, maybe even overly robust on their, their variable power optics that I've seen in the last few years. All of them were pretty robust, pretty rugged. So if this thing is rugged, it's in that affordable price range to where you could have duplicates in your systems for all your stuff, for all your guys, which it's nice to pick something that everyone can afford and that you can afford so that you can have your pace planning. It's kind of silly when everyone has something slightly different. So a table of equipment that's somewhat on the same page is advantageous from a units type perspective sometimes, right? I like it, and the reticle's sharp. Wasn't sure how I would like that, because when you see it drawn up on paper, Maybe it doesn't lend to the imagination all the way on what it looks like, but it's relatively straightforward, clean, unobstructed. Like if your task is just to eliminate targets of that size, which is developed for a very specific task, right? Two-legged vermin. If that's your task and that's it, this thing will be very straightforward. What the part that's surprising me is actually the optical quality. A lot of optics that I've seen in this price range, frankly, kind of shitty in terms of the vignetting and the distortion on the edges. This is really clear. The eye box is really forgiving too. Like I am getting a perfect, nice, crisp image at 6 power here with a real sloppy eye box. I'm all over behind this thing as I'm holding it on purpose. And it's just nice and perfect image all the way from edge to edge. Nice, sharp circle all the way around it. Easy to get behind this optic. 3 power, because usually on 1 power you'll see some kind of walleye type deal, right? 2 power. Gosh darn it, that is cool. Very handy. And in that price range, I might have to get a pile of them. Put these on all my ARs. Right now, kind of my go-to on ARs has been the micro prism from Primary Arms, which is a really nice, tough little optic. But I mean, if you can get an LPVO that's this good for this price, I mean, that's a good contender as well, right? Because an LPVO, I didn't have to really adjust the diopter. Let me play with it. Because sometimes you can get some stuff to distort a little bit by adjusting some of these. It's very nice. You notice kind of the beveled edge. If you guys can see that. That's kind of nice, right? So that it's dehorned a little bit, if you will. You're wearing it on your carbine like this, right? And these turrets are low profile. You know, it's a fat scope. It is a little bit stout for a little LPVO, but it's not too heavy, I don't think. And with this light mount, this is pretty light compared to some of the other options. Very cool. I wonder which ARD a guy could use on here. I'll have to mess with it and find out. So here's the deal. I think it was a couple weeks ago or last time I talked to those cats, I asked them for a simplified discount code that can help you guys navigate to the best deal that's online. And so they offered me just, hey, we'll just use code REX, and we'll just keep it up to date, and it will match the best online deal that's currently going on. Because a lot of times there's different spiels going on, you know, throughout the year with Arken and their different promos and stuff. But I just said, hey, whatever your deal is for the moment, have the REX code match that. So that all you have to remember is just the one code. You don't have to like shop around or be uncertain what's going on. So that's what they promise they do for you guys. So if you want to get a pile of these for all your carbines, you can use the code REX. And of course, it supports the channel, which is cool. So I appreciate that, but like should save you a decent amount. Usually with those codes, you save like 25% on some of them, or, you know, if you get the package deal, sometimes that's like worth $170, you know, like it can save you a lot of money depending on what the deal is at the time. So just use that. But man, dude, this is actually nice. Like I was a little worried. So I'm getting a tiny bit of on 1 power, and I'll throw it up on the board to see. And I'm looking at a straight edged object right now. Man, it's just nice. Like there's not any significant wall-eyeing. It's not like looking through a broken Coke bottle. Like optics like in this price range normally kind of like, I think I'm going to upgrade. I will spend the $1,500 to get something, you know, nicer. But this, pretty nice at a glance anyways. Of course, I'll throw it on my board and get all the readings and be hyper thorough with it. But yeah, I literally just got this in the mailbox as we pulled into the yard. I haven't even gone in the house yet. I thought I'd check it out and open it up right here. So, man, let me look kind of towards, I don't got any kind of glaring. I'm looking right towards the light here, right towards the sunlight.
Hi, guys.
Hey, mister. Yeah, there's like no significant, they got good lens coatings on here. As far as I can tell, I can wait until, well, tonight I'm not going to, when sundown comes, I'm going to do some other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'll do the full testing on it. If you want to get your foot in the door, grab it. I know that historically, when some of these deals, when word would catch on how nice they actually are, I remember one time they were like out of stock for months or maybe a year or something like that, because everyone went nuts and bought all of them. So if you want a couple of them, grab them while you can, right? So rock and roll. I'm gonna put that on my nearest AR and we'll see how she works. Run it through its paces. Sounds like a good time. All right, Rex out.